Hi guys, welcome to our new series Analyse This, in which we'll be sitting down with pro players from respective games and analysing their matches. Today I'm with jpWAI from Team Flamboyant.
Okay, hi, I'm jpWAI of Team Flamboyant. I play light offense and distract for them, and gonna be just walking through a game of Analyse we played against Vertigo, just in a friendly scrim the other day, and just trying to analyse what went on. Okay, so are you ready to start, Sto?
I am ready, jpWAI.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's start the VOD.
I'm doing left right already.
Okay, so
I'll be 30.
on Analyse, I want to try to pin the sniper on his spawns as much as possible. It tends to be a lot easier from Diamond Sword side because the right spawn on this map is much more common if you're on Diamond Sword side. So all I need to do really is just stay on this hill, try to deny him this hill and catch him in the spawn here. See, I take him out here, and my immediate focus isn't on trying to get down to the stand and kill anything else. I know, like, on Analyse especially, keeping the sniper pinned down is really, really good for your team, so I just hang back here, watch for cappers, and watch for the sniper spawning. Now, he doesn't spawn it this time, which is kind of unlucky on my part, but closing towards the stand, like, I know we've still got some distraction there, and just the most important thing I can do at this moment in time is just make sure I get Knudsen off the base so he can't be bodyguarded and defended by his team, and just to get moved back to the spawns, and make sure that he stays there. Now, I started moving towards mid there just to try to help out chasing that cluster play, but didn't end up needed, and it landed me right in front of Knudsen as he spawned here, so I take him down again.
So far we're 1 minute 20 into this map and you've killed Knudsen three times, I think. So it's obvious he's your priority on Arcs and Arena. And what would you say the percentage priority he would be on this map compared to other maps?
I mean, really here, I could definitely try to do other stuff here. It depends on the kind of playstyle you're going for. Like, at least how I'm playing here, it's like 100% of my focus is on him. Like, I'm not really bothering to do anything else. I'm just staying alive. You can see I had the opportunity to engage, try to hurt this dandy a bit there, but it's just really not worth it. The way I was playing, I just wanted to try to get as many kappa spots, as many kills on the sniper as possible, so just didn't really need to focus on anything else. You could definitely vary it up, try to do imp grabs, try to move down, harass stand as well as the sniper, but here, at least, I felt like it was enough of a benefit. Like, if I keep killing the sniper, then I'm forcing the roam and I'm forcing the standy to spot. Distracts them, it means our other two offense have a massively easier time in terms of clearing the stand. So it's just, it ended up working out quite well at the start here.
Atene in front, I'm also front.
So the situation now is kind of a little bit worse. I mean, I get team killed here, which doesn't help matters, but once the sniper's on stand, that ends up being a bit annoying for me. Like, need to try to force him off there as fast as possible, but as it turns out here, Kenneth manages to get out pretty much just from a pure distraction from Guillaume crashing front. We didn't really clear a huge amount that run, and I decided to start a regrab route behind here. Like, the disruption and distraction caused by a grab getting out is all, like, pretty often enough that you can, like, sneak a route around behind without being spotted by the sniper. Can quite often get out uncontested, but I ended up being spotted that time and just... Now, since I got spotted, like, I was kind of half considering going up here and then just moving up and going for sniper again, but, like, Krista had already pushed out. Like, I just saw a glimpse of him there. He pushed out, was going... Oh, it's Elite, sorry, I'm like saying Krista, I just played ID. But, Elite was pushing out, was going to try to catch me there, so I just didn't really want to fight that. I fall back here, I'm just... Having seen Kenneth get out, it's like, well, I might as well try to imp grab here. I called the Kappa as well starting there, but he ended up resetting, so... So yeah, I immediately try to just regrab his imp here. Like, I don't know whether it was, like, the right decision. Like, I definitely could have just stayed, tried to keep Knudsen pinned down a bit more, but it ends up, like, just about working out here. Luckily, a lot of their D had chased from that run, so... Eunice was in mid, but he was so low that we managed to, like, get the cleanup and start moving that back towards our base, luckily.
Eunice is chasing, okay.
Lead Chocolate's also chasing.
I'm just staying on stand in case...
Cillian coming towards you guys from our side. You should right to Cillian.
So yeah, there unfortunately we lost it just with the pass forwards, and they had O-Light in very, very good position to shut us down there, so it's just a case of needing to keep the pressure on O. Like, we had a 3-0 lead at this point, so I'm just crashing front just to try to meet Kenneth's grab here, which ends up not working. I end up killing myself as well after Kenneth's missed his grab. I think Mela goes for a side grab as well here and also doesn't get it, but so yeah, we just reset. I need to start getting back on sniper a lot more, so just moving again towards that right spawn. Gonna try to pin him down. He ends up not being there. I spot him on the base there, you saw. So I'm moving over towards the base now, and I was saying before, like, how annoying it is to actually kill the sniper once he's up on base, like, especially when you haven't got the spin fuse now. You've only got knives and you've only got SMG, so if the Roman standee have good reactions, it's very, very easy for them to just quickly clean you up with like one explosive shot to the ground when the sniper's on stand. Luckily, Guillaume caught him with a grenade there, so I can just fall back to the hill, not going near the stand, not going to be splashed down by explosives. I can just catch the sniper at spawn, make sure he stays down.
Should have it.
Lead is on it and shot fix as well. Yes, nice one.
Who's on road? Anybody? I haven't seen Yunus.
Running up
Fade
front.
out. No, Yunus was in mid, so.
Yeah, he just
Yeah,
got
find
out.
him now.
He came out now.
You guys
Okay, so here I get the spot on the Kappa at spawn, and I find the sniper at spawn as well, which is basically the ideal situation for me to happen.
20.
So by this point, you've done your job. You've got the spot on Kappa, and then you've got Knudsen down as well as the sniper. So that's considered a successful run for you.
Yeah, that's pretty much as good as it could go, especially, I think, yeah, considering Knudsen spawns back at this spawn again straight after that, so really, like I said, this is pretty much as good as it could go. Unfortunately, I kind of hamfist this a bit and don't get the kill on the sniper, I don't think, but luckily Kenneth manages to make it out of line of sight before Knudsen gets a chance to take any shots.
You're at least providing a distraction to the sniper in the crucial moments there.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we ended up letting a flag out on D there, so we're moving into standoff, and I still use infant standoff a lot. Like, a lot of people just tend to run like mediums and pathfinders now that Sonic Punch isn't in, but I still really like to use infant standoff just because being able to get like point blank range up to the Kappa and get a ridiculous amount of burst damage on him, I just think it's so good still. Like, especially if you coordinate it with the rest of their arrow, you can attack from like with the imp from within their like circle of people. It forces everyone to look inwards, and then all of a sudden they need to look inwards, and you'll crash from outside. It becomes 10 times more effective, especially if you actually get the kill on the Kappa. Like, that was like slightly daft, so I got a melee kill on the Kappa, which really probably shouldn't happen. It's just because he started moving back down towards the stand because they thought they were getting the return on their offense. I kind of saw that, and it was, well, he's in light. I can just get this with a melee.
So that's one of the advantages of Inf, is that even in that situation you didn't have any or more offense there. They looked like they were getting returned to a move next stand, and you had the ability to then get up close, like you said, with the Infiltrator on offense and get the melee kill.
It just feels like it allows you to be a lot more opportunistic with what you're doing on offense, especially if like, a return is made when you're just moving up on it. Ends up being a lot more you can actually do, you know.
On the pillar.
Okay, so we're moving out. I believe we're bringing a Shrike up on offense now, so I start trying to shift my focus slightly. I'm not sure whether it was the right decision in retrospect, but we made the call to put the Shrike on sniper more, and I was going to go harass stand a bit more here. I think I remember the VOD right. But as it turns out, the sniper already made it stand. Now this is the situation I was talking about where it ends up being bad. Like, once the sniper's up on stand, I have to play incredibly carefully, attempting to get the kill on him without dying myself. Like, although that might seem like a successful offense run, I've got the sniper down. It ends up not being. Like, if I can't get him down and then get into the cycle of killing him at spawn again, it's really not going to do much in the long run, because that means from that point onwards, if I die every time after I kill the sniper, he's going to get back on stand again, and that means I've then reduced all I can do on offense is basically be a like trade, which I'm just trading myself for the sniper. I don't have any of the extra spotting or the extra just utility on O that I would have otherwise. So So we start trying to work out here. We need to find a way to basically allow me to kill the sniper and not die at the same time.
I'm going to the right village.
Which ends up being a little bit harder than I would have liked, but
Going left. Attila said I'm gonna finish him.
Nothing on the right.
Yeah, I'm running that. Kappa should be soon then.
so again here I'm just trying to poke at the sniper from range a bit. If I get a knife off, then just get back into stealth. It just allows me to reopen afterwards. Kind of minimal risk to myself, especially if there's no other roaming D around. Again, I'm just looking for an opportunity to just get like one knife off or something here. Just
He's halving and he's coming into 3.
Okay.
Running it back.
Expect an inf grab before it's
one of the things I do really like to do, which I think I'd probably try to do here and fail, is just like stand on the opposite platform, wait for the sniper to jump across. It basically makes getting like a melee kill on him much easier. If I mean, obviously it doesn't help if I fail like there, but it's much better to just wait for them to fly in a predictable pattern, and flying across between those two platforms is about as predictable as you can get. So again here, this is again, I'm not particularly happy with the decision here. Like perhaps I should have crashed, but luckily we ended up getting the return anyway, and I just started secondary route as a bit of a distraction.
So just quickly talk about the decision you're talking about there. You know, obviously they got out with the flag and they were close to making a cap with your flag, and you made the decision to spawn Pathfinder and set up this route.
Exactly. A lot of the time, like I like to run a lot of secondary caps when I think they aren't going to be looking or spotting for me. So that was one of the situations there. I ended up like getting cleaned up on my route as it turns out, because the cluster around the flag didn't really last long enough to give me like an adequate distraction to get that route anyway. We kind of returned before I started, so it was more like just doing a second cap at that point instead of like a crash route. But yeah, nice. I don't know whether it was perhaps the best decision. Like if I'd crashed, I might have been there and helped to get the retrieve. But like often if the scramble for the flag ends up extending long enough, it means that I can get out with like a free cap, basically no distraction again. So again, just trying to get a bit of an inflama going on here. It doesn't end up working out, but it's kind of worth it for the pressure we end up putting on them.
So what happened to make you make that call and go for the llama instead of clearing out the sniper and the defense?
Well, at that point in time we'd killed, I think, everything with our crash. They had literally nothing on their stand at that point, so it's kind of, if we walk at that point and I get lucky and get like 100% knives on all the chasers and everything, that's capped there. Yeah, I'm going for another inf cap here. I think this is kind of the point where the game wasn't exactly going in the direction I would have liked. Like here, I mean, I get incredibly fluky there, I think, and managed to clean up Knudsen as he's chasing after me. But I don't know. Like at this point, I think I really should have gone for like less inf caps and stuff. Just focused on trying to get back into that rhythm I had at the start of the game, because like really, despite the fact that it looks like we're doing a lot, we're moving the flag a lot and llamaing a lot, but we were getting a hell of a lot more caps at the start of the game than we have been in like the last 5 minutes or so.
And you think a big part of that was just down to the jump you managed to consistently get on the opponent's sniper and take him down, making your Kappa's route a lot easier.
The more plays I'm making with the flag here, although, like I said, flag movement seems good, but it means it's less time that I'm spending killing the sniper. And I think we needed the sniper down a hell of a lot more here, especially against someone like Knudsen, who is just going to shut down everything if you leave him up.
One behind you.
He's probably hunting now over here.
So again, just having to move to try to help with this crash here. Just generally trying to position myself in a location where if they actually make it as far as me and we don't get the return, then they're going to be forced to kind of fly in a bit of an arc. Against any light that picks up a flag, like really, if I can catch them when they're in the air, it's incredibly good for me because it's just so fast to clean them up. So I've got Knudsen here, and what I hope I do, I can't actually remember from I can't remember from in the VOD, but what I'd hope I do is no. Okay, I would have hoped I would have skied over towards the right spawn and started looking from there. But as it turns out, I get cleaned up by Am because I went to the generator for some reason. It's a bit after me. But again, so here I've died. Kenzai was en route. Oh, Kenneth was en route. Sorry. So I just started another cap here. Just a little front grab. Hopefully, I might get out without being spotted. You never know.
And as an offense player, it's probably quite hard to tell for you, but they're obviously on 0 caps at this point, and you're playing Vertigo, who's obviously a pretty good team. So What do you think has led on your defense to them not being able to get a cap at this point?
They see me. I think a lot of it was down to the amount of pressure we were putting on from offense. Like, there's no doubt RD played a pretty good game this game, but I think like it gets a hell of a lot harder for an O to play when the other O is getting flags out constant. You end up having to chase a lot. You end up having to crash a lot. Makes getting like consistent runs on the flag incredibly hard to do. So now you can see, like, we've slowed down our pace of the game. We haven't had a cap in around 5 minutes or so, and suddenly their O has a chance to stabilise, and they managed to get a cap out on us. And unfortunately, again, Knutson's still in this position on the base. It's incredibly hard for us to actually disrupt this properly. Like I said, I need to get a run where I kill Knutson and don't die, and that's what I keep trying to do. This why, although going for melees and missing like an idiot might seem daft, but it's kind of my best chance of killing him without dying when he's up on the base. Unfortunately, now. Some might think that's kind of a bit more fair. I don't know. If I had Self-Spin Fuser in the game still, it would probably be quite easy to do. Or it would be quite easy to do. I remember how it was, but... So at this point, I'm like... there's not really even much point in me playing Infiltrator, so I've switched out to Raider, because as long as he's on the stand, I might as well be crashing with a bit more health, trying to get the kill on him there. And
Yeah, they returned pretty instantly.
I'm out.
at this point, we just needed to make plays happen on O, and what I'd been trying to do, i.e. killing Knutson and staying alive, hadn't been working, so it's just better to switch up into Raider here. Fortunately, they get out again as well, so I'm just trying to put on a bit of pressure here.
American soldier? Nope, that's bad.
Yes.
Ends up not working. It was about like me versus 5 people there. I do get cleaned up, unfortunately, but again, like I said, I love playing Infiltrator and standoff, so I'm back into Inf. Athelian down on the right as well. Now, yeah, just taking pot shots of people like that ends up being pretty worth it, especially with knives. It's like 375 damage if you connect, so I'll end up doing a lot of just skiing past people in midfield and turning around and trying to get what damage on them I can.
Just a bit of passive fidgeting.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna go empty up. Let's do a 40.
I got conked.
Okay.
Now, I get caught, unfortunately, by grenades there as I was jetting up towards the stand, which isn't exactly ideal, but I think I want to say Mellor and Kennick get the return here without me doing anything. I'm hanging back here, which might seem kind of daft, but I was on kind of 100 health. I was going to get pretty much one hit if I got decloaked. But I know they were holding back up on the base, so my kind of idea behind me staying back there at the base was just, well, if we end up getting cleaned up on O and then they jet up back towards the base, that's then an incredibly easy melee for me to hit, and so I can just wait there, and
Do it.
if the worst happens, then I might get the return just instead of just getting cleaned up instantly with the knife. Now that inf grab there could have worked. Unfortunately, they managed to get a really nice crash and return that, but again, that's another benefit of obviously waiting back towards the base being slightly more passive. It means that if they return, then I'm in position to get another grab and just get a bit more flag movement going on.
Wait, delay him and kill him.
I'm coming at him short.
Yeah, I'm just waiting, yeah.
Gap right. Gap right.
That was a bit of a
35 out.
bit of showing off there, just getting a melee on Athelian. Unfortunately, still killed Shrek, so it ended up
Did you actually hit them?
I actually hit that melee, yeah.
Oh, first.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I keep skiing. And then I eat some pineapples at the front turret, which is
Pineapples. Nice. So you spawned out into Kappa once again.
yeah. At this point in the game, I was getting kind of frustrated by my inability to actually get Knutson back off the stand now that I'd let him get in that position. So I just decided I was gonna, like, at this point we had 4 cap leads still, so it's the game was kind of looking quite good in our favour. I was just like, well, I'll just start throwing some double caps and stuff. It's
Are you serious?
it's kind of this point in time where I can just like afford to start doing kind of more random stuff. Like I was even asking in comms if I could buy a tank, just because it's like it's just more stuff to kind of throw at them just to distract them. Like, they have 6 minutes to come back. If you do something like get a tank out on the field or just get random grabs out, it's just more stuff for them to chase, more stuff for them to deal with when they can't get proper runs going. So
Tank's a large investment, large time investment to take down for another team, I can assume then.
yeah.
Ah, fucking knock him out of the way. He's half down.
He's 70%.
Again here, looking for a return. I
Yeah, at least 5.
don't think I get this one. I think they cap this. I really probably should have just knifed him there. I think he was one knife it. I do end up knifing, okay, but if I'd done that in the first place, I probably would have got the return. It's just bad decision making by me. Like,
Fuck.
don't go for a knife in that situation. That's really dumb. Or don't go for a melee in that situation. Rather, that's a pretty dumb thing to do.
Oh,
Luckily, we get the return. Again, this is another thing I do. Like,
he's grabbing.
might seem like I'm staying in Inf quite a lot, but I quite like using Inf to chase almost when they start cluster plays. Like,
I'm done.
I suppose
surprisingly easy to
it gives
just,
you the option that you've got here, where you can position yourself in front and there you get the knife kill. I don't know if you get the return, but yeah,
we do end up getting the return.
Good job.
So
The thing is, if you try to chase with Pathfinder, you end up getting chained out like a lot. Really. If one of you can pick it up and punt. Really often you won't even make it up to the guys who are clustering, you will just get chained out. So if you crash in Inf, then it's like you can get right next to them in stealth and there's nothing they can do about it. And then you have the ability to open up with like that ridiculous burst damage that Infiltrator can do. So
You shouldn't have thrown if you couldn't.
I think we probably couldn't. We could have like not lost the flag there. It was a bit clumsy from us. If we just had a bit more chain focus downfield instead of looking inwards towards the flag that had been dropped, we probably would have cleaned up everyone and got a cap there. As it turns out, we lose it and Eunice managed to get on a front cap because we were kind of distracted.
Coming already. Shit.
He's low. He's one chain.
FX is coming to you,
Planted
Shrek.
it.
FX does
Yeah, see him.
Just confirmed. He's down.
So this is basic. At this point, again, we're still 3 caps in the lead. So we basically have our entire offense crashing on there when they get out. Because we can afford to at this point. There's no point in us really trying to
Yeah, FX
throw a ton of people up on a winner
Can I tank now?
FX is coming from
when we have that much
Can I tank?
of a cap lead.
Okay. We don't afford one.
So would you say that your priority has shifted? Because at the very start of the match it was very clear that the enemy sniper was your main focus on what you need to kill, or your objective. Would you say that shifted at this point with a 3 cap lead?
Cap right side, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah, move in.
I definitely think I wouldn't have turned down the opportunity to start camping him in spawns again. Like, obviously, getting more caps on the board is always good, but once we had that cap lead, and then once they managed to get D'd up and stand enough and stop me killing him there, then my priorities definitely shifted, because so at that point you have to work out what you can do differently to still like distract them if I can't keep shutting down the sniper a lot.
I need.
So you see, I'm trying different stuff here. Like, I'm in soldier here. Unfortunately, they got out and got a cap in the meantime. But
Get him out of the cycle of being
If you can kill him once on stand and not die, then you can camp him again.
again, I get we could have played a lot smarter. I know at this point in the game, like
As long as you need to.
we still haven't actually. I think we've actually been on the same number of caps since around the
I'm ready.
11 or 12 minute mark or so. So it's been a good like 10 minutes since we got a cap, basically. So
I'm down.
at this point, is just kind of
Back now.
Right.
us feeling out, trying to work out what we can do to distract them, just to either get Knutson off the stand or just
And this here.
manage to luck a cap past. Really, at this point,
Still
That's
down.
fucking shame.
because like I said, it's incredibly hard to
There was one on base.
get the sniper off of the stand once he gets on there in the first place.
Get to a D stack for the last 5 minutes.
starting a route.
Come on, come on, come on.
Cheers.
So I think this is actually the first time the gens went down in the match. Just with the rule set we were playing on without base turrets and stuff, hadn't really been much point to kill it, especially with I think Am was playing Brute Hoff, not Doomringer here.
On the right. Taking on the right.
Okay, so I got Knutson here. You can see me. I'm just at this point. Once I got him, all I need to do is just run away, search for him at spawn again.
left.
Unfortunately, they start getting more grabs out at this point again. So my attention kind of gets divided between wanting to get returns and wanting to get the sniper. Because should kind of probably rectify what I said earlier. I guess 100% of my attention isn't on the sniper all the time. If they get a flag out, obviously I have to
Probably have it.
pull myself away and try to help with the return as well. So
So you can see here that you want to pull away to the sniper spawn, but a lot of your attention is on that flag that's still out, and Eunice is now picked up and is moving across. So that's got to be your primary concern, and then try and get back into that cycle of killing Knutson.
yeah, exactly. At this point, I'm just looking for Eunice.
Happy you want to skeet down this nice big bowl.
I
my God,
really
it's
should have had the melee return there. That was. I have no idea how that missed. It even looks like a hit on the VOD, but
Oh my god, I'm such a noob. Let's 60.
yeah,
60.
I don't know what to say. That should I think that should have been a return.
I'll do it. Trust
It
me.
happens, man. It happens.
I'm gonna blame Hyres for that. That one's new Hyres.
Ah.
I don't need this.
But okay, so again, I'm just pushing up towards them in Inf. Like, if I
Maybe I want to shoot it.
Unfortunately, they returned before I could actually do anything, but
Yeah, 45 seconds on the map. It's definitely not out of the question that they'll get this one.
So be careful.
Like, get a
no,
comeback.
exactly. We were kind of pretty stressed out at this point because
we returned before I could esports.
I mean, 45 seconds on the map, them getting the cap, so they're only one away from us, is not exactly the ideal situation we want to be in. And then they had a regrab straight away from Athelian, like very, very nicely timed by him. Like the second they capped, he was out as medium. So at this point, 45 seconds on the map, there's really, really no thought from us in terms of disrupting. It's just all about us trying to get the return, just secure the flag.
They can't quit grab speed.
Now we made kind of really, really crucial mistake at this point. We returned the flag with 1 second left on the clock, so they got a regrab off our stand without us being able to clean it up. And
Seriously.
Oh, seriously, I thought it was...
yeah, so at this point we're just again still all on chase, trying to get the last clean up. We only need the return for the wins. So.
Yeah, my bad.
I think so.
Just need to retrieve, guys. We just need to retrieve.
So at this
Almost.
point, is it all of your team just to chase that flag?
Moving
On
it.
there.
Oh, pretty much. I think we have probably all 7 on their side of the field, which is exactly why Jazz managed to sneak onto our stand again, had another regrab. But
He's down.
Nice.
I almost don't want to talk over this bit because it's so like high tension. Like it's an amazing comeback by Bert from in this game. Like really.
Oh my god.
I was about to taunt them, but yeah.
I say amazing
Really?
comeback. It was,
Couple of
it was
misses.
almost an amazing comeback from Bert.
More spoilers, man.
Spoilers.
It's really low, it's really low.
Legit.
It's kind of...
Option there, grab cycle.
Conked him.
Well, I mean, I was kind of pissed off at this point. They'd regrabbed twice, and I was like, I want to get cross map without being sniped and chained as fast as possible. I saw our gens were up, so I was like, oh, I might as well just buy grabs. Like, luckily, Guillaume goes like hero mode carrying Flam and gets a return right at the end. So.
Sorry, man, my bad.
So very close, almost a massive comeback from Vert. I think they were 5-0 to 5-4 then.
Yeah,
Or no, was it
really,
4-0?
Really, really nice play. I think it was actually 5-0 at one point, and then they came back.
Okay,
All the
so
way up to the fourth game.
as an overall strategy towards that, you would probably say that your main focus was always Knutson and trying just to hold him down that hill like you were at the start. And when he made that made you unable to do that, it kind of switched to doing a bit more clearance and a bit more distraction, throwing in a few other routes. Is that something you would recommend as a strategy to run on Arx Navina?
Yeah, I'd definitely say like we needed to. I don't know, like I'd definitely say start with what we were doing at the start of the map. Like that's a really, really good thing if you can keep pinning down the sniper and just keep him away. But if it ends up you can't kill the sniper and he does get on stand, you need to either be able to break that and you need to work out whether you can break it as fast as possible. So if you find you can't get him off stand, as it turns out, you do need to work out what other stuff you can do, whether that be running a double cap perhaps, so him getting the spots isn't so much of a big deal, or whether you want to just throw more mediums at the stand, just try to generally frag out everything, more cluster play maybe, I don't know. But
Okay then. Well, unless you've got anything else to add, I think that'll wrap it up.
I think that should be pretty much it.
Okay, well, thanks. That's jpWAI from Team Flamboyant. Thanks for going over that VOD for us, and I hope people found that really informative. Look forward to the rest of the series. So that's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.